setting the tone for this film. Just so many layers to this experience, and you get drawn in right away. What was in your mind shaping that platform that could just draw us in so quickly and right away?
Well, I like the way that you have no idea what's going on until they're forced out of the truck, at the beginning. I like the idea that it's almost kind of banal. I mean, you see people in the truck worrying and being unsure, and just, like the guy with the violin standing there in the background while the two of them talking. And then the horror of what happens after. I think it's like the perfect beginning to a story, because you're drawn in, as you said, and you right away, there's so many things that are right away exposed to you, like his personality, his quick-wittedness, in the way he survives in that scene, and then his quick-wittedness when he's taking. I mean, there is a great coincidence involved, miracle really, but two miracles: that he got the book, and that he used the book, and then that someone needed a Farsi speaker. So yeah, but that's fable. That's story, which I think life gives you even stronger coincidences sometimes than miracles. That's regular life. Yeah.
Well, I think that was an amazing miracle, because stuff like that actually does happen.
People tell me that it's wow, what a far-fetched story. Well, I say, are you kidding me? Look at a woman in a women's camp in Auschwitz meeting a man in a man's camp in Auschwitz, falling in love through the fence, surviving both, and then later on living together in Israel.
Absolutely.
How's that not a miracle?
It was absolutely a miracle, and I totally got it, like, from the minute the film opened. And what I really loved was the way you approached. I mean, the characters had such intensity, at the same time vulnerability, and as horrible as some of them were, you got underneath the layers of them, because that people do also have a life, that they have their loves and their feelings. So I love that you were able to spread that template for us.
Not to condone them, but actually to make what they do even worse.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm thinking, oh my God, you could have this feeling, then you can just kill. It was just, I was sitting and all these emotions were flowing through my mind. And I love the scene where he is asked to put the ledger and the names in. And, he's trying to get more words to make this language. And that moment when he flips the page and
realization, this is where casting comes in. I pick the right people, for the roles, right actors. And then after, I don't get them to do anything. I'm not, oh my God, I'm not a puppet master at all.
I love that.
And it would waste them. It would waste their talents. And I learned that from Ben Kingsley on my first film. You just let good actors be. You don't bring your ego into it. Don't bring your, well, God, I have to direct this. I have to seem smart. I have to seem whatever. No, that's so intuitive on their part. If I'm wrong, if they're wrong, and they can't be wrong, but if they don't match up my expectations of what I saw in my head, because I do see it, I learned also to know that they're not wrong. To give up my expectations, and that's where a lot of great surprises come.
Well, every scene was brilliant. There was not one single scene in this film that didn't get me engrossed deeply into it, like every moment of it.
I met for 20 minutes in Berlin. I just wanted to see them together.
Yeah.
And they started like doing this scene, because they thought that's what I said. No, don't. I don't rehearse. I just want to see it together. We just sat around and laughed.
You had such amazing shots. Cinematography and lighting was brilliant. Tell me a little bit about, your choice with the lighting choices, and your cinematographer was fabulous. I mean, he's
amazing. Vladislav is a master of Alliance, and I'm shooting my next film with him and everything. He is, he had a lot to do with the look of the film, probably even more than I usually give to the GP. That's where I'm hands-on, more not the actors, but as far as production design and the camera work, I'm very much hands-on. but this time it was a very, very collaborative, very great relationship, and he's, as I said, great. And we consciously went for a certain palette, and consciously had no blues, no reds, no greens really even to speak of. It was all this kind of earth tones, and it had an oppressive atmosphere, which is what I wanted, kind of, and yet beautiful in a weird way,
Yes.
yeah, like painterly,
Right.
it's kind of what we wanted. My first film wasn't a fluke. I can actually make movies. And I'm pretty good at it. That's what I took away, if you want full honest. Because of 20 years in between, and also I took away, now again, it's not just all me, but people that I'm involved with. It's getting the right people. That's, it's also a talent. It's not just,
Like I said,
it's not just conducting the orchestra, it's
Right.
picking the right violinists and all that.
and every frame was shot so well, but it was just everything. It wasn't just the actors; it was just the background, and everything flowed. There was not one thing in each frame that didn't. It mattered. Everything mattered, and I just I'm just your biggest fan. I just want to
very, very kind of you to say.
There's so many messages I took away from this film, like, humanity and what we can do to change. I mean, I love a film that makes me want to think about what we could do better. So that was what I took away from it. And I don't know if you have any.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. You got it. And I didn't have to answer this question. That's why I did it. It's because it's not just the Germans. It's not just the Jews being victims, and it's not just the Germans being aggressors. It's all of us. It could flip around any moment, any in 100 years, in 50 years, in 20 years. Now, I don't think Germans will ever do it again, but Russians are doing it now. And who knows? Turks may do it, and they did to the Greeks and to the Armenians. So it's all, it's a human morality tale, where it's like what you said, is that just look within yourself and tell me that that you will never do it, kind of thing.
Well, I am so honored to chat with you, and I'm so delighted this film is out there, and I just think it's fabulous.
Thank you.
And it'll change.
Thank you to Cohen Media for making it out there. Because it had a run in all the countries except the States, and I said, now we're going to come on the States, and boom, what a gift!
No, not at all. One of the best films I've seen this year. One of the best films I've seen this year. I applaud your creativity, your passion, and your vision. And thank you so much. And I can't wait to see more of your work and go back and see what I haven't seen before.